Greetings everyone and welcome to Timberborn, a cute but complex city builder where you build a city of beavers, harvesting resources, surviving natural disasters and even building monuments now. This is a sponsored video by Mechanistry and I'd like to show you hands-on gameplay with the latest update 6 releasing on October 10th, 2024 that adds new 3D water physics, endgame wonders, more flexible start conditions and finally official mod support. Don't forget to check out the link in the video description. Alrighty, and this is it. This is the beginning. Welcome to, Sleepy Hollow for a change. Welcome to my beavers here, just coming out, enjoying the sun, and also thinking to themselves what they've gotten themselves into here. Now, all of these little cute beavers have their own, their own age, name, hopes, dreams, and of course, they want to survive. They want to start a family, want to make smaller beavers that carry on their legacy. In this case here, we got the town hall in the center, and in the surrounding area, we can just see around that, it's actually already quite a diverse starting location where we are. We do see some, juicy trees and berries over here, also over here with some further land close to the river. We also see arid tiles over there and a dead forest as well. There is some elevation here, right? So we can also move up here to this very strange looking substance, and if we move up there we can probably also harvest something quite valuable. We have a river. On the other side, there's also more buildable space, so a bridge here at some point would make sense, but a bridge, of course, is far outside of our reach. The first thing we need to do, like in most city builders, is building a road, and in this game, it's actually quite essential that we build the road, because only buildings connected with the road can be built and operated, so we definitely want to have a nice road network everywhere. The first thing is beavers need a lot of wood, so I'm going to start with a wood production. That is the lumberjack flag that we have, and we have them close to those forests here, so I would definitely like to chop down all of these dead trees here, and then we got more trees in this area here. I would also like to do this. However, we also need to mark a tree cutting area, otherwise they would not operate, right? So let's start with this, and let's also start with those trees here. So those will do the job just fine. Let's actually unpause the game at this point, since we already have some basic construction now going, and my builder beavers are on the way, and start the construction of those very first production buildings, or flags basically. It's nothing else than that. Next in line we have the wood. Next in line we have the water. Water is really essential, not only for humans, but strangely enough also for beavers. And for this we do have the water pump. We have a lot of buildings here, but most of them we need to unlock with the research down the road. We have nothing really unlocked in the beginning. Now in this case, a water pump, it is close to the river. Let's also just see where the stream is. So it's going this way here, coming from the east probably. And let's build us that first pump here. Doesn't work like that. Of course, we also need to have a path from it to my town center. Another construction up and running. This will take 12 logs. That's already quite a bit, right? Also, these guys have been built and staffed, these flags. So there is someone now chopping down wood, those trees, or biting them away. And he's on his way now, carrying that wood back, storing a bit of that here, but you can't store that much. It's only 20 logs that you can store in one of these. And soon we're going to need buildings with 50 and 60 logs, so this capacity will not be enough for quite soon. Now this is on its way, water production. I might actually also go ahead for the next lumberjack flag already over here for this area, and I would also like to start cutting it then as well. Not all of it, it's a nice forest, right? Some trees we can keep. It's going to take a while anyway for these to be chopped down. Very important, beside water, logs is also food. So in this case, carrots, that would be something, or berries. Since we have the berry bushes here, it makes sense to me. So let's also build me a gatherer flag. This is something we can have to start gathering all of these berries here. There it is. Also, my water pump, Quanoir, is going to be assigned to this. There he is, and he's working this area now. Now, these beavers have a work cycle. As we can see, it's getting nighttime now, or evening at least, day 1. It is, and right now they are working 16 hours per day. This is not enough for me, so we're going to push it up to 18 hours. I'm going to take away their leisure activities there a bit, but it's for the greater good of Beaverton, of Sleepy Hollow, And in this case, we want to have them working a bit longer. Wubul, you are going to prioritize berries here for now. Not the dandelions or the chestnuts. It's berries mostly, since we do have some food that we need. Rather soon, I would also like to start with my research. So we're building an inventor. On this one, yeah, we could probably have kind of like close by here to the town center somewhere. Let's have it behind it. Let's also have a smaller street going to this area here. And this guy here will basically then produce science points for us. We don't have any of them right now. And this is something we want to start with ASAP. We can also speed up the time up to 3 times the speed. But right now, yeah, nothing is happening. So we can actually keep it on max speed. The beavers are sleeping. As day 2 is dawning, everybody goes to eat first and drink first, right? And then they continue on with their work. Now, we are still having 0 water. We need to monitor this closely if 1 water pump is actually enough. Also, what we should do here is building those water tanks, right? So this is where water is being stored, and I probably would like to have this a bit more central so that my beavers don't have to go all the way here to the pump all the time, which takes quite some time. So let's start building us some 2 small tanks over there. It's also important for droughts to happen that we have water stored, because when a drought is happening, the river does not have any water. Okay, let's build those tanks. And there is also my inventor already, and Asea, she's doing the job here, and she's now producing research points for us. Now we have enough water finally, but it's full already because this doesn't have any much more capacity. So just in time we built the first water tank, and let's assign it to water. We can already do this for the water tank in construction to also set it to water, increasing our capacity this way. Now let's have a look at the well-being of my beavers. The average well-being right now is 0, and we can see that hunger, thirst and sleep is fine, but shelter is not. So some housing is needed. Let's have another road and start with a nice cute neighborhood somewhere over here, and probably also here. 4 of them should be fine. Also have a road here in the back of it. Yep. This is going to take quite some time. Water once again is a problem, so my beavers are now going to quench their thirst over here. They don't need to go to the pump anymore. We're also shortening the transportation time between those 2 production buildings here, or the storage and the production that we have. But yeah, with water, probably we'll need to build another pump there soon. Okay, the first shelters are already finished. Very good. And this is now where we got the first beavers housed. And as we can see, the well-being goes up now to 2 and then also to 4. The higher the well-being, yeah, the more productive my beavers are, and the higher the chance that they make babies as well. Definitely want to keep that as high as possible. And there's the last one. And with that, we should have no more homelessness. As we can see, perfect. Everybody has a home. Another thing I would like to do is giving me a large pile where we can store the logs that we're producing here. Probably a bit of a distance here. It's looking a bit too cramped. There you go. Let's also select logs here as the storage. Despite our gatherer, the food is going down, so from 130 to 100 now. So the gatherer is not enough anymore, and building another gatherer also doesn't make sense because we only have a limited amount of berry bushes here. So this only slows down our hungering, and in that case we need a more reliable source of food, and that would be gathering. We have the efficient farmhouse, employs farmers that plant and harvest crops. And yeah, we can only build it on fertile land. We don't have a lot of that at the moment, only here. So we can start with the first farmhouse somewhere over here. It also needs to be close to water, right? Because we do need water as well for the fields. Also, let's plant crops. What we need right now is carrots is the best one early on. And it can only be built on fertile soil. So let's just go ahead and build us some fields now here. I think that should be enough for the moment. And we prioritize carrots. Beavers are quite happy with that. And also we have a new milestone. We have a well-being now of 4, which which is a good threshold here that we have. It is day 4 at this point. We have finished the farmhouse, and my farmer beavers, 3 of them, are going to work on that. What I can see is we don't have enough workforce anymore for this, right? So we do need more workforce. How can we get this? Well, by having more shelter and happy beavers. So let's go ahead and also build me another block of houses over here. Let's continue with structuring of town. If I want to have a bridge here at some point, I would like to make it so that it has a direct connection to the town hall. So right up there. That also means that we have this area here available as a smaller industry zone. And industry is what we need next. We still need a bit more workforce. So 2 children we have right now. Takes a bit of time before they can, before they grow up, right? Now we have 3 children, very good. And 4, look at that. So we are growing quickly right now as people start families in these dwellings here. It's not going to be enough, so we can also do something else. Build a few more houses here. By the way, we can also stack them, which is a pretty cool thing. For this, however, we need to invent stairs. That is a bit out of our reach for now. And platforms then. So the idea is here to have a platform then here where you can access then those shelters from above as well. We don't have that yet, so we need to wait on this really cool invention. For now, let's continue with more houses here. The cool thing is we've also chopped down enough trees here, so we have more room. Next day it is, day 6. Yeah, we are growing nicely right now. 1 more adult came out of it, so my farmhouse is now fully staffed. Lucky as that happens rather quickly. Age 7, they already start working on the farms. Alright, next, the industry zone. Since we get a few more workers in again, we can actually plan with that. For this, we need to start with, well, some power production. And that is the water wheel. So here we can produce power out of the water and then transport that power to industry buildings. Let's have this one somewhere over here. Of course, once again, as always, it needs to have a road connection. Like this. And what we also want to do here then is we want to process logs into planks, because planks we're going to need for any kind of additional building in the future. Let's just make it so that we can actually have then this connected to the power grid, right? So somewhere here, I'm probably going to have it then. Wait a second, there's the road with the bridge. Take a bit of a distance here. So here we can have then a nice, beautiful bridge. Going to take a while. 50 logs we need for the water wheel. That's quite a bit. In the meantime, what we can already do is we can set the power lines. This is interesting. The power shafts. And in this case here, we can see that there's the input, right? So here we need to build it, the power shaft. And then we have the output that is here. And let's just have the output. And then we have an intersection somewhere here where we can connect them. And then we can make it so. And we can then transport more power away here to other industry buildings that we probably will have in this area. Happy to report that the power wheel is operational, or the water wheel, producing now power for us, 134. Nothing of that is being used at the moment though. Next is already then my lumber mill. Also, look at that. We have 42 logs stored. It's quite a nice buffer that we have then for any kind of future productions. By the way, did not select any trees here. Definitely also want to get rid of these to have more building space available. Right, having a bit of a food problem right now. I would probably like to expand, wait a second, carrots. Probably like to expand my fields a bit. Because that farm can still take more, I think. There's no set limit really, right? If it's 3 people, we can just monitor it and see how overwhelmed they are with their harvesting and stuff. Also, of course, it requires lots of space. Might actually just make this here another row. Really don't want anyone to starve right now. And there's also now my lumber mill. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a power connection just yet. Is there someone working already? Yep. That was the latest worker that just grew up. Age 8. Should be enough in beaver lifetime though, right? Very good. That section here is now built. Now it's just that tiny section that is missing. There you go. And with that, my lumber mill finally has power. And Jayaya, she can now finally produce planks. Got a few moving parts now in the village. Ah, and there's also the first harvest coming in. Very good. We can only store, however, 50 carrots, which is not a lot. So I might also consider getting me something where we can have food stored. So let's build me that warehouse here right next to my water tanks. And let's also select the carrots here as my resource. It's going to be quite the harvest, what I can see here. And there we've built it, medium warehouse. So those people can finally now get all the carrots over then. Now with that, the basic survival needs have been met. We have planks for further construction now. We have an endless amount of food basically coming out of my farmhouse. Looking nicely here. We got the water flowing in as well, together with the tanks. And the logs, of course, from the trees. Not quite there yet though. Two things we still need. That is, first of all, the well-being we need to provide. And what do beavers want the most? Of course, they want to grind their teeth. And we do have something, the teeth grindstone. And this one here used to sharpen broken teeth. So let's go ahead and have this one somewhere probably, yeah, where my beavers are. We could have it right here, for example, next to my storage. We could also have it in these tiny spaces there that we have already available. So yeah, let's go ahead and build me the first grindstone right here next to the farmhouse. Another thing we could have is a campfire, a place for beavers to relax and socialize in the evening. This can only be built on the ground. Quite the opposite to the terrace, by the way, that we can then build on top here, for example. But let's start with the campfire. And let's have the campfire, yeah, probably over here, a bit further outside, where the fire doesn't hurt too much. Beside the dead trees. But we are already eating them away. There you go. Very good. A place to relax. By the way, we could also have another road here. And then here. And in that case, a place to also grind your teeth. Someone using this. Yeah, there you go. Awesome. This all leads to a nice new level of well-being. I don't know why hunger is actually there a bit, because we have no hunger right now. And there it is, campfire as well, and the grinding teeth carrots also, there it is. Oh, the grinding teeth actually does not increase any happiness. I think it's for efficiency. Now we have 122 science points. With this we can go for the first new tech that we have. And what we can see is, yeah, short term wise, we are actually going to run out of logs, right? Because all the buildings cost me quite a bit at this point. So it makes sense for me to build a forester, plants the trees and bushes as well. Costs me some 60 science points. Let's unlock it. And with that we can build in. Actually also is the first building that requires planks then as well. Now where should we have it? We have the log storage over there, so I think it makes sense for me to have here in this area and in this area then my forests, right? Let's start here and let's just get this somewhere here then done, right? Oh, we cannot build here. Why not? Only this is possible. Could also have it behind it. There you go. And with that we can also then say, for example, planting the pine trees. These are the best ones for producing logs out of that within 12 days, right? So having a decent amount of that should be fine. By the way, there's a stair here leading to the upper plateau. So I definitely want to spare this for now. So we're going to make us some... I don't know, actually, can you have trees on the dead area? We'll just find out. There you go. And there's also now no one working in that, as we do not have any more adults for now. 6 children though, so plenty of workforce coming in soon. Replant dead trees not marked for cutting. We can also do this, even though I think I've planted all of them here, marked all of them for cutting. All right, we also need a storage for planks. Let's make add a large pile. Costs a lot of space, right? So I'm also happy with some smaller, just across here, 2 of them that store planks each. And finally, 2 more adults grew up, or children grew up, and with that we have actually an unemployment rate of 1. I would like to use this to actually build me a second inventor, because right now we're not producing enough science points quickly enough. So let's just have another one here as well, behind my townhouse. Can actually build this rather quickly, only some basic logs. If we look at the bigger scheme, right, what we can see here actually also is that we have the monuments category with update 6. We have these new monuments here, the Fountain of Joy, 12,000 science points, or the Earth Recultivator, and this one actually costs 20,000 science points. This distributes tree seeds across the earth. When launched, makes the beavers in the area extra happy. Probably also the best to add a bit more housing, since we're growing nicely right now. 2 more houses over there. By the way, this can all be used here for city expansion, city building. Also here along those cliffs, then up there we can go. There's the stairs, not high enough at the moment. Here we have the stairs, and here we can then actually reach the upper plateau. So this one would be reachable. There we have some minerals over there, and more dead trees here that we can harvest. Also some berry bushes. These are accessible already. The gatherer flag cannot go for this though. We need to build another one up here. Might actually not be so bad. Yeah, let's go ahead and build me another gatherer flag. So this is then for this plateau up here workable. But everybody's sleeping right now. New day is dawning. Day 12 it is. And yeah, what we can see is we're growing rather quickly right now. 5 kids we have now, with that a total population of 20. No one is homeless right now, and no one is unemployed right now. That's great, but we need more water. Water is stagnant already, and probably not getting any better. With 250, we can get a new better source of water. Right now, we can only go with the basic one. So I would like to have a second water pump somewhere over here. Let's also make a connection. Building lacks workers, this one up here. That's fine, because that lumberjack hut here is useless to me right now. So we're actually going to delete it and redistribute that worker over there. Jar mix, and you can prioritize berries again. And with that, we have this. Now, one more thing we can also do here that we should do to... Oh, look at my food. But there's a harvest now. Is... a griller, right? With that we can process food and make a bit more edible stuff out of it. So let's have this right across the street here of the farmhouse, where we can then grill vegetables. Grilled potatoes, grilled chestnuts, grilled spatter dog. So what we can also do here is prioritize, for example, potatoes then. Or we could build a second farm, probably over here or here, that makes sense, to also have more potatoes. So let's actually have a farm here at the end of this road, right? That has then only potatoes in it. Still some trees that are growing here, but we're going to get rid of them soon. I think this is still some fertile land here as well. Oh, that was quick. No, there it is. But we have a lot of logs in stock, so this should be fine. What are you babbling about? Broken teeth. All right. And there's already the potatoes. Actually, this farmhouse was doing all the work now. Second water pump is active. And there it is, a grill. We don't have anyone working on that right now, which is not a big deal because we still need to harvest the potatoes first. I can then actually go for grilled potatoes here. As that, for this we need logs, potatoes, to get the grilled potatoes out of that. 5 kids, some of them need to or have to grow up now. That would be ideal. So at this point, the city pretty much survives. We're alive, we're growing, we're expanding. I hope you enjoyed this gameplay hands-on of Timberborn. Thanks again to Mechanistry for sponsoring this video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to check out the link in the description. And if you want to see a series out of this, don't forget to leave a like behind. Stay tuned!